Hey guys, this is Steve again, and from the Virginia Beach area. I'm making a couple videos of my minimally invasive MIS TLIF of the S1, L5, and L4 vertebrae. The surgery was on February 16th of 2023, and I wanted to go over today. I did a video on the operation post-op, also the backstory, and the pre-op, which really helped the post-op. But I wanted to talk about in this video, try not to make it so long, of some key things that helped along the healing journey, post-op in particular. And see, because that, you don't know what to get, and there, you can get some things and you don't even need it. I can't tell you how many things I ordered from Amazon and then just sent it back. So I made sure when let's just start with that. The first thing was I tried to order some things closer to the surgery date so that it's there, and then once the surgery happened, I can try it before it a little bit or see how it worked during the surgery or afterwards, and if it didn't work, then I could still send it back. So try not to get whatever you're getting too far ahead unless somebody gives it to you or whatever. So that's one thing to start with. But these are some of the key things that I use to help me get through some of the healing process, because I'm feeling pretty good, and a lot of this stuff I'm ready to start moving away from. So one of the big things is, first, wife support. She has been amazing, my wife Shannon, and she's been here with me the whole time, being there, staying up at night, putting my medicine on, because we had 2 days that were bad that we missed the pain management cycle or time frame. And when I woke up out of that, that was a very quick lesson learned, because you're going to learn lessons along the way of what you can't do, shouldn't do. The manual gives you general stuff, but some of the stuff you're just gonna have to experience. That was one. We immediately put all the medications on a time clock. So I was on the 8 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 8 at night, 2 in the morning. And we set that down, and that was solid. So having a support system of your wife, if you don't have a wife or husband, get some friends, some family, somebody that can be in rotation, your kids, whatever it is that can be there, because you're gonna need it in definitely that first week. Depending if you get minimally invasive. If you don't get minimally invasive, it might even be longer. From what I understand, some of the other stuff is a little bit longer. So have some type of support system set up. The other thing I can't express enough of is this. Water. The water is key for helping with the constipation. Speaking of, I'm sorry to do this on camera. Just a little mouth cleanse. It helps with the constipation because that's something that's going to happen as well. With the meds, I was on the Percocet and Cymbalta and a muscle relaxer. And I didn't abuse any of it. And it was only on it really for like a week and a half until I start coming off and just using Tylenol. But that's just me. I don't know how it's going to be for you, but the water helps with the constipation. It helps with flushing everything. It just helps so much. And I don't even know all the reasons why, but make sure you drink a lot of water. Just keep drinking that. The other thing that's been probably the biggest secret of them all and the biggest help it's the ice packs. I have like 4 of them. This ice pack is good for, you have 2 sides, but it has fabric on this one. I use this one a lot when I'm it's all in between the drugs. This one here, this one is awesome for if I want to go. You put 2 of them in here and they last like 4 hours, and you can strap it around your back and then put your brace around this. So if I needed to go in the car and go somewhere, or if I'm going to be moving around and transporting somewhere, or I need something like if somebody came over and I'm sitting outside with them, this is the one because it straps on, it gives you pressure, and it lasts forever. So water and ice packs, godsend in between your pain management. And I can tell you, I was probably on ice, still am, easily 4 to 6, probably closer to the 6 hours a day. It just felt good to me. And it helps with the inflammation and the swelling, and it helps with the pain management. And I'm telling you, if you just get over the ice, but make sure you have that. Let's see. I talked about the pain management. I'm going over my notes here. Just stay ahead of the pain until you start to feel good, and then slowly start to come off. Your doctors and all that can talk to you about that, but for me, just manage it in the first week or so and then move on. Moving. This was kind of a tough situation because people want to have a lot of input on what they think you're doing too much of, what you shouldn't be doing. Some people question why I left the hospital so early when I had the entire surgical team and everybody said that I'm good to go. And people mean well, just, oh, you're doing too much, But moving is something that is encouraged and very necessary from how I gather, your mind telling your nerves to speak to the new hardware that's in your body and fire through to muscles and signals that hasn't happened in however long your situation's been. Mine has been over 2 years. Even the neurosurgeon said my nerves were flattened, like Alfredo noodles instead of like a nice juicy spaghetti noodle. So the more I moved carefully, the more it seemed like I got communication going on with my new body, my new spine. I didn't move long. I didn't move far. I just moved consistent. And right now I'm up to about just over a quarter of a mile. And I do that pretty much every day. But it's taken me anywhere between 15 and 18 minutes to do. So it's not like I'm really rushing anything. The pace is like 49. I have it on the watch. It's like a 49-minute mile pace today. So I don't call that fast, but I do call it consistent, and I just feel better. So I would say moving as often as you can, as far as you can, just like the book and everything states, which is, another one of the things. The key component is read your manual. It tells you all kinds of stuff, how to prepare the house, how to, a lot of good information is in here. Take your time to read this because this will help all of the post-op stuff, which really I followed, and I really give a lot of credit to a lot of the information in there of why I feel the way I feel now. What else we got? Walker and a cane. So I left the hospital with a walker that had the wheels on the front and the stoppers on the back. But I found myself that I didn't need that. The only time I would use that was really in the first 3 days, just for my own comfort, until I got, in the middle of the night, I would get up if it was feeling irritated. That's another thing. Get up in the middle of the night and just move around the house a little bit. You don't have to go far, just maybe go from the bedroom to the kitchen and back. Or, the more you move, the better it's gonna feel. And every time I did that, it seemed to help reset some of the pain. But right now I've been using the cane on my walks. And then today's walk, since it's two weeks, I just held the cane in my hand. And I feel just as comfortable. I feel very stable doing that. Another thing, I'll put these together. A grabber. Make sure you have one of these around because you're gonna drop something and you still can't bend, lift, or twist, even though I feel so much better. Have a grabber so that I can do this, so I can show you another thing that's been very helpful is slide-on shoes. I went to Skechers. These are, I don't know how I can make that zoom in, but these are Skechers slide-ons. They have this special back where this has been huge because I have the sole, the cushion, and it's very comfortable to walk in. They're about $90, but it's totally worth it because they just slide right on in. with very, very minimal effort, and I don't have to bend over, and I'm doing it right now, already on, you know, so have you a nice slide on shoe. Another thing I got was all new pillows. Pillows, the hardest thing I would say for me in the healing process in these 2 weeks has been sleeping. I'm a stomach sleeper, and I haven't been able to sleep. You can't sleep on your stomach. That's just awful for this surgery with the hardware and everything. So I'm on my sides and on my back. So I needed to get a pillow situation that was fit for side sleeping and back sleeping. And also I have a wedge pillow. I think it's by Lunis or something like that. It's like a three pillow wedge system. And basically it has a wedge and then another wedge that sits on top, and you can position them to do all kinds of things, but that's what keeps me elevated at night since I don't have the bed that goes up and down. And then I have pillow systems around me all over the place. It was hard to get used to that, especially the irritation of the actual surgery, incisions. So you're just gonna have to play with that. But I ended up going with new pillows and a wedge pillow to try to make it as comfortable as possible. And I'm getting better with it the more I heal. Another thing that's been, me being a massage therapist and sports therapy being my specialty, I have all types of tools. This is a Hypervolt. I have several of these, but this has been really good just for getting like general on the light pressure, just some circulation, but I use it on my legs. Because with the nerve being retracted over, I do have, you know, some sensations that I didn't have down in my left calf and underneath the foot and stuff. And the legs are still trying to get used to the new nerve firing. So I will use it on top of my legs and things like that, but not on the incision or in the back or anything up the erectors at all. So nothing on the back, just mainly a little bit in the neck, shoulders, down the arms, and then just kind of firing through the legs to help calm the nerves and the sensations and things that you're gonna feel. What else do we have? Rails for the shower. They got this on Amazon where you can suction it up to the shower, and it is strong. And I'm a solid guy, 250 plus, so having a railing to hold on to in the showers, because my procedure, I was able to take a shower on the second day. But you definitely need those railings to hold on to, especially when you're using you got to do number 2 once the constipation lets go. You want to be able to get yourself up. So you can buy like a 2-pack. Now I recommend the 2-pack because we got just the 1, but the 2 is much more helpful, especially if you need to hold on while someone is helping get your back and everything like that for the first week or so. And then the other thing starts to turn into the mental. Just listen to your body. Really listen to what your body is saying. My body, for me, has been telling me to move. I want to move. I want to get moving. When I don't, I sit too long or lay too long. That's when I really start feeling everything. Now, when I'm moving, I'm very cautious. I don't bend, I don't lift, I don't twist. I'm taking my slow steps. I'm very, using the proper, if I have to go down a step, I hinge it from the core, engage the core, all that stuff. Proper mechanics, and work on that core, because the core is going to be the savior. But really listen to your body. People might try to tell you what to do, what not to do. You have your instructions from your doctor, your care team, and from the manual. Follow that as best. And they say in the manual, walk as far as you can, as often as you can. So, just do what you feel is safe. And I had one moment where I did walk and I felt myself feeling like I was going too far, and I stopped. And when I came back in, when I did, it was the perfect time to stop. And this was in that first week. And I came inside and laid down right away. And I can tell that I was doing a little bit too much, but that was the last time, so you learn. I had a visitor come over, and with the visitors, I also say be mindful of that too, because I know they say visitors, it's nice to have people come over, but that puts you into a situation where you might have to now entertain, or you'll have to sit up in your chair, and that's where this came into place, the ones that I can strap around. you have to sit in the chair and you might sit up longer than you expected. And that compression sitting up to me is worse than any of it. So sometimes having visitors is a great thing, but at the same time, it's going to put you at a compensated level. So, you know, maybe you want to wait a week, definitely a week or 2 weeks, unless you want to visit them while you're laying down. My visitors are active. They want to be sitting up, you know, they want to sit out in the garage or something like that. So just be mindful of that and listen to your body and just constantly tell yourself that, hey, I just had a fusion, because there's things that you're so used to doing that you're just going to reach over to try to do. Oh, no, you can't twist. You can't turn that way. You know, something drops. Oh, I get to, no, you can't do that either. You know, you don't want to risk messing up anything. It's a big investment. So just constantly remind yourself that you have to take your time and you have to adjust your lifestyle to fit to having this. And then another thing, probably the last thing I'll say now is, you know, just have some movies and TV series and or things that you can work on, projects or something while you're resting your back, that can keep you occupied, so that, you know, you don't just stay stagnant and all that. Use the ice in between, all that stuff. So I found, I'm sure there's a few other things, you know, AirPods and, you know, whatever, seating cushions. Oh yeah, forgot that. Make sure you have cushions. I have 2 different types of seat cushions. That I'll sit on this and then I'll put this behind me, or I'll use just this or whatever. You know, stuff that just makes anything comfortable. These are the things that's helped me get through these first 2 weeks, and I'm doing amazing with it, guys. And I think if you do the pre-op, which I need to make sure that video is done, the pre-op work, and then, you know, the post-op stuff, these are key components in those scenarios that really helped me get through this post-op healing. And I'm on a great track, I feel, to having great success. So hopefully this helps you guys. There wasn't a lot out there for me when I was researching, and that's the intent of this, is something current that can help you guys that's about to go through this. So good luck, stay positive, it's gonna be all right. Thanks.